Alright, hello! So welcome to my live demo. I'm Katie. I'm a student at MUIH for the Clinical Nutrition Masters, and I'm also a service industry worker. And these are my friends. They also work in restaurants. Amanda.
Hi.
Tara.
Hi.
And my friend Jarrett. Ooh, I'm blocking you, sorry. So yeah, I'm going to today show you guys how to cook a few recipes that you can take to work with you. Being a shift worker, you have a hard time eating the stuff that's not at the either restaurant, cafeteria, or like any kind of place that you're working at for the shift. So it's nice to be able to make recipes that you can take with you that keep well, and you can either reheat or eat them cold. So to start, I'm going to start with rice and beans just because it takes a little bit longer to cook. And for that, I already got brown rice going. So I did a cup of brown rice with 2 cups of vegetable stock and a little bit of salt. Bring it up to a boil. I'm sure you guys already know how to make rice, but bring it up to a boil, go down to a simmer, cover it, and then cook it for like 40 minutes until it's fluffy. And alright, so now I'm going to chop up the veggies for it. I like to do pepper and onion because they add flavor and just some more vegetables into it. The rice and beans dish is primarily the rice and black beans, but adding a little bit more flavor always makes it taste better.
What could you use if you didn't like peppers?
You could do, I've done mushrooms, that's really tasty.
I like mushrooms.
Yeah, I didn't get mushrooms for this one.
I'm not a huge pepper fan.
Okay.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, you could do any vegetable that you have. You could do carrots, celery,
Carrots.
anything. Yeah, I like the peppers because they add a little bit of flavor. Sorry, I need to adjust that. And crunch. So carrots could do the trick. You could do, I've sauteed zucchini.
Oh, I love zucchini.
Yeah, really anything, like squash, stuff like that.
Is it bad to put oil in your rice?
Is it bad? No, I would say I would keep it to like 1 or 2 tablespoons, depending on how much you're doing, like per like cup.
Yeah.
And if I have a really great way to cut a pepper if you guys want to come see, actually. I showed you how to do this before. But I like go down the side like that. Sorry, it's not really showing up on camera. So you take the pepper and just cut along each side. And then cut that, and then you have the core. And then you have these like strips that you can just make strips out of.
I like the strips better.
Yeah.
At Chipotle, they used to have us cut off the top, cut off the bottom, and then get it to a block and cut the sides.
Yeah.
But I feel like, well, you do get some of the core that way, so it's like you kind of get more of the pepper, but not all the time does it bring out the nice pieces.
Yeah. So that's good. And what I also like to do, this is just kind of like a side note, so while I'm chopping these peppers up, and I'm also going to chop this onion, what I like to do to save time during the week is pre-chop peppers and onions and put them in like a little Ziploc baggie.
That's
And they stay fresh for a week. They stay fresh pretty well, and you already have it done. You can
just
put it in
easy.
scrambled eggs, you
Yeah.
can put it in a salad, you could make...
There's no reason not to eat healthy if it's like right there and
Pre-chopped.
readily available.
Yeah, and then you can just rinse out and reuse the bags.
Right.
And every week, I like to chop up like sauteing veggies. You could do like carrot sticks for snacks, and keep them in Tupperware for the week. And that way, because for me at least, as a shift worker, as a bartender, I don't necessarily always pack food to eat there because sometimes you don't have time to eat, when you're working your shift. But to have food that I can eat as soon as I get home, either reheat it in the microwave or have like carrots and hummus or, cut up apples and you know what I mean?
Right.
Or a meal that I can just reheat.
I'm so much better at doing like I can meal prep for dinner, but like breakfast and lunch, that's just something that I can't prep for. Like I will make a sandwich for lunch, or like I'll get up and make scrambled eggs for breakfast, but like I just can't prep lunch. It's just not in me because I always change it. And trying to meal prep for like 6 days and eating close to the same thing minus like whatever my sides were different. Eating the same thing got really repetitive, and then that's what made me not want to eat what I had.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'm tired of this.
Yeah, it's funny how I was doing this for my sister the other day, and I was talking to her, when you prep your own food, it almost makes you like not want to eat it as much, like being around the smells and tasting it to make sure it tastes good and all that.
Mhm.
Also, did y'all know how to cut an onion like that?
So when I was at Chipotle, they just had us cut along the lines and then chop it from this side. But I just saw what you were doing, and it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I do like lines like this, and then I take it and cut it this way, and then I go down and chop.
I like that actually better.
It can be tricky going that way. Just make sure
Yeah.
you're careful so you don't cut yourself. I have a really sharp knife, so it's pretty easy.
That knife is really amazing.
Yeah, I got it actually sent to me through the school
Aw.
hey.
Hey.
for this class. So I have diced white onion. I'm going to actually dice up a little bit more onion for the salad because. So we're also going to be making. This is like a rice and beans dish. This can be made. You can have this for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's great if you heat it up and top it with a fried egg for breakfast. Lunch, you could eat it cold or hot. Same with dinner, and it's really nutritious and good for you. Like, I don't know if y'all know this, but bell peppers actually has more vitamin C than citrus, like lemons and oranges. And
I
stuff.
did not know that.
Yeah?
That's crazy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
either.
And like beans have like 13 or 15 grams of fiber per serving,
I love black beans.
like
Mhm.
12 grams of protein.
beans
So
are-
it's like you get a full.
Right.
They're
So,
filling. Good.
White rice, I know, like, is not the best for you, but brown rice, is it better? Because if you're gonna eat that, you'd rather eat it in the morning when you have a day to work it off or a day to do
Yeah.
stuff afterwards rather than eating it at night. Is it the same way with brown?
So
Or, like, is it not?
the brown rice, the reason why it's more nutritious than white rice is because it has all of the parts of the rice intact, the germ and the like covering of it. White rice gets processed down to just like the inside white starch, and that's why it tastes so good. But it digests like that in your system. So sorry.
The brown rice does, right?
No, the white rice, it's like it turns into sugar so much faster. The brown rice,
Oh.
because it's like it takes a lot longer to digest because it has more components to break down. Are your eyes watering? Sorry.
It was just so
Mine
funny. She
are, though.
snapped her finger and like the onion juice just went whoop.
Fan it out.
Oh, it'll be fine.
All right, so I'm going to do, but yeah, so the brown rice takes a lot longer to digest. And I just have some olive oil going in a pan at medium heat. I'm going to save some of the onion for the salad because I like a little crunch in my salad. And I'm going to use some of these prep ones too. Just to hold on.
I just like doing it.
Oh no, it's fine.
Is
You want to add a little bit of salt? Salt is important. I like to do salt and pepper at every step.
When is it in?
Yeah, I just saw it actually.
We lost it.
we lost the salt.
No,
It's
it's
me
in a
issue.
little thingy, wasn't it?
Alright, well, when we find it.
Alright, salt, important. I salt every step just to make sure there's no seasoning, and then you can still add more at the end. Pepper too. So another reason why I chose these dishes in particular are because they are cheap. Like, the most expensive thing is an avocado, but you can get those on sale too for $5 or even like for $1. And I like to get them, I like to get one, like when I'm prepping for the week, I like to get one that's like almost ready to eat. There's actually a wooden spoon in there if you want to stir that around. I like to do one for the week that's about to eat, so I can eat that really quickly. And then I like to do one that's like bright green, and I'll be able to eat at the end of the week. That's a good way to, like, so you don't, it doesn't always go bad.
Right.
And then as soon as it starts getting like almost perfect, I stick it in the fridge, and that'll give you a couple of days. Because I love avocados. I like to eat them as much as I can because they're an excellent source of fiber. And
I never used to like them, but I feel like if they have something crunchy around them, the flavor, it just adds to it.
Yeah.
It's like an accent, so it's good. But I've never just been a fan of them alone.
Yeah. So I'm slicing up a jalapeno. I like to do slices because it distributes the flavor without, you don't necessarily have a bite of jalapeno in every bite, but when you do have one, it's like a really good flavor bite, you know what I mean? But jalapenos and garlic. I like to do lots of garlic. I'm going to do like 3 big cloves and 1 small clove. Because when you're cooking inexpensively and healthily, the best thing you can do is make it super flavorful, so you actually want to come home and eat it, or pack it with you and eat it instead of eating pizza or burgers at work.
Right.
But also the cool thing, just to go back to avocados, is they're a great source of fiber, vitamins, and minerals. But because they have such a high fat content, your body can absorb the vitamins better, and other vitamins that you eat when you eat it with fat, which is why they're so good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're tasty. They make it taste kind of indulgent because it's creamy and really good.
I love putting like salt and pepper with it, or like lime juice. It's really good.
Whenever we used to make the guaca chipotle, we would do just lime juice, cilantro, and
Cilantro is good in just about everything.
Yes,
I
and
used to
salt
buy
and
a lot
pepper.
of cilantro.
I was gonna get some, but I wasn't sure how y'all felt about it, and I was gonna put cilantro on top, and I was like, I don't know if they
I
like
love
it.
cilantro.
I'm
Dang.
obsessed.
And the smell.
I feel
what
like
do you
that
think?
job taught me how to
Cilantro's
cook.
good.
Okay.
Do you use cilantro a lot?
No, because
No.
it usually just ends up going bad.
Oh.
That's also the thing. They,
And it's very hard to cut and not bruise.
yeah.
Really?
And if you have a sharp knife, you're okay. And if it's
So,
dry.
Jarrett, you know what I can get you to do? If you could drain these black
Oh,
beans
let's
for me. Thank you. I just do a can of black beans to 1 cup of brown rice. So it's super inexpensive. The bell pepper, I got the red one because it was on sale, but I normally get the green ones because they're like $1 per pepper. But the red one was on sale for $1, so I just got that just to add a little bit more color and a little bit more different vitamins.
I feel like it's nice when you see color. It feels better.
Yeah.
Fun fact of the day, the reason that fast food places
What,
use
Jack, never know.
red and orange is because that
What?
triggers your brain to be hungry.
What?
Yep, it's something about the colors that it makes your like mouth not salivate, but it makes you like really hungry for some reason. They did a scientific study on it, and it's the same thing with how your room is colored. Certain colors, depending on what your room is, will trigger you into a certain emotion.
Yeah, actually, I have heard that. And also scents, like,
Yep.
like,
Like lavender is very good for people with anxiety. And then like, if I'm not mistaken, it's yellow promotes like a happy, like calm feeling, and some blues do. Certain grays will send you into like, depending on like
That looks so good.
your normal
It smells
emotion,
really
it could
good.
send you into a bad emotion, like being upset or anything like that. So yeah, colors have a big influence on how you feel when you eat.
cool. Yeah, and so adding more color to your meals, you're getting different and like a varied amount of nutrition.
Yep.
And thank you. And it just looks
Oh,
good.
it's
It's more
helping you smell
appealing.
good.
Yeah. So we can just let that cook for a minute, and then I'm gonna add the black beans. So what I like to do first is saute the veggies so they get soft, and then I add black beans and all the spices. I use a ton of spices when I cook, whenever I can, because again, when you're eating food that is healthy and inexpensive like beans and rice, you want to flavor it as best as you can. The best way to do that is spices, citrus, fresh herbs, garlic, all those like elements. So I like to use a combination of paprika and chili powder, right here, cumin and coriander, which we recently kind of really, really good with it, especially because we had lemon juice at the end and it just kind of goes with it. And coriander is just the ground seeds of cilantro plants.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Why did I never knew that? That's cool.
they call cilantro coriander in other countries.
Wow.
And then garlic powder and onion powder.
Mm.
Even though we already have garlic and onions, or something about the flavor of it that just makes it really good.
Who doesn't love garlic?
Right.
Yeah, seriously. So now I'm gonna add the beans. And since the rice is already cooked, we're gonna let the beans simmer or like cook for like 10 minutes or so. And then I don't usually measure because when I cook, it's very much just like throw it together until it tastes good.
Yeah.
So I'll just cover the pan with paprika. If you like that, And I'll do the same amount for chili powder. It's probably about a tablespoon each, 2 teaspoons. And you can always add more, but I like to add it in the beginning and let it cook so it doesn't have that gritty, sandy flavor of all the spices.
Right.
Cumin, I do about half of that. I really like cumin. Coriander, I do the same amount as I do cumin, roughly. And then around the same for garlic powder and onion powder.
I think it's also hard to like season when you're cooking for a lot of people because you don't know what people will like.
Exactly.
Right. That's what's great about also these ingredients. They lend well to a lot. I'm gonna add more salt too. A lot of different flavors. So you can really go to town. You can use whatever spices that you have, any veggies that you have, just to make up a big batch of food. And you can eat a big bowl of it and not feel guilty at all.
Right. Yeah.
And not feel like you are eating something bad for you because you feel like you know, it makes you feel really full, but also gives you, like, makes you feel satisfied that you ate.
That is the plus side of eating super healthy. Like I could eat pounds of like mushrooms and zucchini and squash, like just
I love
an
that.
unfathomable amount. And I'll cut like a small like chicken breast when I do meal prep
Mhm.
and eat the chicken breast first, and then just pound down veggies because it's just like she said, you don't have to worry about how much you're eating because it's good for you. So you just keep eating and eating and eating.
Right. So while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the second recipe because, and I'm going to turn that down a little bit, just to like a medium low so that it can simmer and not burn with all the spices. Because if you were to eat that right now, it would taste like chalk.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
be
know.
grainy. Yeah.
But it's amazing how adding that many spices and letting it really cook and get into the vegetables can do. So now I'm going to start by prepping the kale. The second recipe is a kale salad. I make this all of the time because kale, while it's kind of intimidating, it's this like dark green, it's really kind of bitter, and it's like, oh, I don't want to eat a salad. I'd rather have like iceberg or romaine. You can dress it, and it doesn't get wilty. So you can
Oh.
and so you dress it in the morning, and it makes it like marinates it, and makes it taste better. It softens it. And what I like to do, I take lemon juice and I massage it in the bowl, and then I'll add the dressing in the morning. And then by the time you're ready to eat it, you can eat it, and it's all dressed, ready to go, and like a little bit softer and like marinated in dressing. And I like to do it with the onion because then it kind of the lemon juice when I massage the kale kind of pickles the onion a little bit,
Mhm.
just like
I
very
love
slightly.
that.
Okay, so how I got this like organic purple kale. I thought it was really pretty, and it was on sale. I got this whole bundle of kale for like $1.60.
Hey.
And that'll last 4 salads.
From where?
Kroger. Yeah, just regular. I got all these groceries from a regular grocery store. My total was like $20.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
you can really. It's important, and how I do it, I just grab it and rip it off.
Oh my gosh. I was like expecting you to cut it or something.
No.
That was so easy.
Yeah, you just pull it, rip it off, and then put it in a
That's
pile.
funny.
And
I've
then
never made like anything with kale.
really,
No.
yeah, I
It's
figured.
actually really good. She's got me into kale.
Kale. It's good because have you ever had collard greens?
Yes.
It's like that
God
in the
bless.
sense of like a dark leafy green, but it's not as bitter. It takes way less time to cook.
Yeah, it's like
Bill's mom makes
laughing at
the
us.
most amazing.
Do what?
Bill's mom makes the most amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this whole bunch because
Might as well.
yeah, we're meal prepping. We're making, but it's not even like necessarily that I like to do meal prep where everything is. I can't do it where I make the same food every single day. Like a lot of I'll make like 2 big meals like this, like a salad and an entree, and then I'll prep veggies. I'll make smoothie packs, which I'll talk about in a second with these kale stems.
I can do meats like that. Like I'll meal prep like chicken and salmon, or I'll meal prep like chicken and steak, and make the meats and put them like almost in meal prep like packages. But then sometimes depending on what the sides are, I'll either make those with it, or I'll just wait until like that night. I'm like, yeah, I have chicken, so like, what do I want to eat with it? Or like, oh, I kind of feel more steak tonight. Like, what do I want with it? This.
Yeah.
So it just depends.
Yeah, I also do eat meat. I don't eat it all the time. I eat it very rarely, and it's usually only like if I go out to eat at
Like
like somewhere,
splurging.
like splurging. I'll eat, yeah. But both these recipes are incidentally vegan and gluten free, so pretty much anyone can eat these, unless you're allergic to like garlic and stuff, which I have actually met people who are. So when you're chopping kale, you have this big whole bunch of it, and the last thing you want to do is have giant pieces of kale as your salad. It's just not appealing. So I like to chop it as small as possible. I'll take one little bunch, like this much, and I'll
Like a handful.
I'll squish it up into a little ball, and I'll just start like doing really small chops, almost like confetti. And that way, you just get like better dressing on it. I like the curly kale too because it holds the dressing really well. And I'm going to make a lemon, just like a really easy lemon vinaigrette. It's not even lemon vinaigrette, it's just like a lemon dressing. It's like lemon, olive oil, salt, pepper.
I love that.
Yeah,
It's
and you
my
can,
favorite.
yeah, it's really good. And see, it's just like very, very small pieces. And then when you massage it, oh, thank you. Thanks for helping me, guys.
Yeah.
So, kale is obviously amazing for you. It has huge levels of vitamin K, vitamin A, vitamin E.
It smells so crisp. When you're chopping it, it's like
Yeah.
you don't hear that when you cut other lettuce.
Yeah, it's super fresh. It does not get wilty. It'll stay in the fridge the whole week. And you get a super, amount of vitamins and minerals. Fiber gives you good energy throughout the day. If you pack this up and eat this for lunch, you will not feel tired after you eat it. And you can make it really, you can put anything, again, you can put any veggies that you want. I'd like to keep it simple. I do,
Sandy.
what?
I dropped an onion and I ate it.
Oh,
Excuse me.
It was good.
Good. But yeah, kale is great. And then avocado, again, I add avocado. I usually buy 2 avocados a week and try to eat it as much as I can. And it gives you really good fats, good nutrition, and it makes it taste like, it makes a salad when you mix in the avocado that it's like a creamy dressing.
You don't want to massage when you don't. Just take one.
Alright. Let me do this much, actually, I think, because maybe I'll do a little more. It wilts down a little bit when you massage it, but this is a lot more kale
Massage
than I thought. Yeah, greens are so important. And what's great also about buying kale, so I don't know about you guys, but for breakfast I like to make smoothies. I wasn't going to do a demo of my smoothies because I figured everyone likes to make their smoothies differently, but I add greens to my smoothies as much as I can. The only issue with that is a lot of times I'll buy greens for my smoothies and they go bad because sometimes I don't want a smoothie in the morning. I'll make eggs or something, or I'll reheat the rice and beans and put an egg on top, or sometimes I honestly just don't even have time to eat breakfast at all, and I won't eat until I get to work, and I'll eat whatever I packed or whatever I can get there. But when I do want a smoothie, I want to add greens to it. A way to get some more nutrition if you are run out of greens is I like to take kale stems, which I know seems a little crazy, and I freeze them. And I actually already have a bag of them in the freezer. I freeze the stems, and that way, when you make a smoothie, you take some stems, break them up, and do like 1 or 2 in a smoothie. You don't taste it at all, and there's a ton of nutrition in the stems.
Right.
And that way, you're getting
That's
all the
smart.
best bang for your buck too. You're not wasting anything.
Right.
You're
My
using
favorite-
the greens to eat, and then you're having the stems for your smoothies.
My favorite breakfast snack is like scrambled eggs and spinach.
Yeah.
Love those.
And kale too, you can prep it like this, chop it up, put it in a Tupperware with a damp paper towel. I have like a bunch of like big Tupperwares that you can buy at Kroger for like $2. If you don't, like say you want to have greens prepped, you don't have to make the salad, you can just have them prepped. And it's great. Alright, so I'm going to use the lemon. But I also always do this with kale to make it more appetizing. I'll take like half a lemon, squeeze it onto the kale. It's a rough lemon. And then I'll add a little bit of salt. Another great thing about not cooking with meat is that you don't have to worry about contamination as much,
Right.
like chicken juices and everything. And then I get in there, because I washed my hands right before I started, and I will massage the kale. It's really therapeutic if you're having a bad day. It just feels really cool too. And it gets like really bright green, and it starts breaking down the cell wall to it makes the process of digesting it easier. Because a lot of times with these kind of vegetables like broccoli, kale, cauliflower, It can cause gas and bloating because it takes a long time to break down. But this way, you're massaging it without cooking it, so you're getting all the benefits of eating raw kale without it being like
Yeah.
super raw. So let's see. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it gets like really like way darker green,
Yeah.
like brighter green.
It smells really good.
Smells good, and then that's probably enough. And then I will keep this in a Tupperware in the fridge for 4 or 5 days, and it'll stay great.
Wow.
And I like to dress it in the morning. You can even put dressing on it right then. Like if you're gonna eat it within the next 2 or 3 days, like dress it at night, and the next it's like coleslaw kind of if you think about it. You know, like when they have the dressing on there, it only
Yeah.
gets better the longer it sits.
Right.
This is the same kind of feeling because cabbage is very similar to kale. Okay, so I'm gonna add the onions because I like a little bit of crunch and a little bit of like raw spice. You know how onions just have that good flavor. Huh? You don't like onions?
I'm not a huge fan of raw onion.
Yeah.
I just did
But
a very
I'm cool
little
with it
bit.
being sauteed and stuff. I'll
Yeah.
definitely eat it then. But I'm not a huge raw onion fan.
I just think it's the texture for me.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
But I
I will.
Like-
I like to just let it sit in the lemon juice to pickle it a little
Mhm.
bit, and that'll soften it so it won't
Yeah.
be as raw. You can even a lot of times if you don't like raw onion, I'll make the dressing, which I'm actually about to do, and I will chop up shallots or onion and put it in the dressing, and that will also give the same effect.
Mhm.
Or I'll let it sit with vinegar before I add the olive oil for like 10 minutes, and then you add the olive oil, shake it up.
I like the taste, like the onion leaves, like when it's combined with other things, but just like a raw onion by itself. Like I can smell a raw onion on my burger without like even tasting it. I just know it's on the burger because I can smell it and I don't like it. I'll be like, take it back. I can't do it.
Dang, I shouldn't have added it in there, huh?
No, it's
Oh,
okay.
no.
I'll still eat it. I'll eat anything.
There's a really small amount, so.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
try
you're fine.
anything just because. I mean, why not?
Yeah, you don't know. Like,
Right.
what if like I didn't know I liked it? Like avocados. I didn't really used to like avocados, but that's because
Exactly.
of guac. Like, not
Yeah,
house made
onion.
guac, but like mass store made guac is not good. But when you hand make guac, oh my goodness, that's my favorite.
Actually.
Even donut?
Jared's made guac before for me. It was really good. It was at work.
This is also a way. Ooh. This is also a way to get lemon juice out when you don't have a lemon squeezer. Use your tongs to help give you leverage. Because this lemon.
It's a big lemon.
Yeah.
Right.
You can also cut it into quarters.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much right now.
I know, she pulled out the tongs. I'm like, what is she going to do with those?
What will they think of next?
It's pretty much just lemon is mostly skin.
Rind.
So since I barely have any lemon juice, I'm probably gonna add a little bit of vinegar. Which is up here.
It's ready.
Okay.
I turned it off. Because
I'll do balsamic.
That's yum.
So with homemade dressing, I like to just do a good amount of like vinegar, acid, lemon juice, lime juice, and then do let's see here, salt.
I may actually cook one day.
Yeah, you should. It's super easy and fun, and you can do it with your friends, and that also makes it easier. You know, because you have help. You're not just the only one doing it. Could you pass me the olive oil, please? So I do 1
Not
part
scalpel.
vinegar to 2 parts oil. So I'll do like if it's at that, it's like right here now. I don't know if you can see. Yeah.
drink it.
I'll do like twice as much olive oil. That's probably good. And then I'll just shake it up. And I like to I'll add like garlic to it, Dijon mustard, honey, I'm just going to keep it simple today, but you can use the pre-made vinaigrette if that's your favorite. Really, whatever you want to do for dressing. I like vinaigrettes because they're lighter. You know, you don't have the dairy. They have a lot of flavor. Yeah, really good with kale.
There's no raspberry
Yeah, you don't like raspberry vinaigrette.
in it.
So to switch gears again, I'm going to. What I like to do is I dump the rice into the beans once they're both cooked.
There you go.
And that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's. So yeah, then you mix it all together.
You put it on.
What?
You put it on
Yeah, we stopped.
And then from here, you just put it in a bowl and top it with. I like to do avocado. Oh wait, no, I actually like to add a little bit
There you go.
of. Oh, I actually have a lime. Sorry. I'll do lime or lemon juice depending on what I have.
I love citrus juice.
Yeah, acid, it gives, again, vitamin C, we all know, but it adds a flavor that it makes it tasty without adding fat or
Right.
calories or sugar or anything, and even like salt. So I'm going to give everyone a fork to try it out of the pan, and y'all can tell me what it needs.
I'm trying not to like throw it all over the place. Thank you. I need a pepper.
Oh, wait.
I know, that's what I'm
Ladies first.
Oh, I can't go jalapeno.
Good.
Oh my god. Oh, that's good.
It's good.
And the cake isn't too much.
That's how I like to do the slices.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little more salt.
Yeah,
One more salt.
this is way better than Burger King.
Right? And I feel like the beans are really filling, and so is the rice. So it's like you're gonna feel full.
You know, I like throwing like black beans like on the side of my plate when I cook, or just a
Yeah.
little bit of rice because it does fill me up
Mhm.
more than anything else does, more than like all the calories or like
Right.
potatoes or butter.
Yeah, it's filling.
You don't feel miserable after. That's what I hate about junk food.
Yep.
Is you feel miserable afterward.
So serving it, I put it in a big bowl. I do a little bit of lime juice. I'll top it with some cilantro. I like to add more hot sauce because I just, I like that.
Spicy.
She like the
Spicy.
heat.
I like it spicy.
She's spicy girl.
Be careful when you're
I'll
cutting in avocado.
That was perfect.
It's a fat avocado.
I know.
That's
But I'll just cut a little cubes out of it. And could you do me a favor? Grab me a
Mhm.
spoon. I got a bowl for you.
It's addicting.
Scoop a little bit of cubes. Put it on top. Adds creaminess. Adds more vitamins. Adds more fiber. And this will fill you up. Like you can eat this bowl.
Right.
And you can even eat more, and it'll fill you up and feel really satisfied and give you lots of really good energy for the day. So, here you go.
You have converted me
Yummy.
to peppers.
Right?
Those peppers are good.
Yeah, right?
I love
that, yeah.
peppers.
Cooked peppers.
Yeah.
It's really great.
Maybe that's my thing. Maybe it's not so much that I don't like certain vegetables. Maybe it's because they're not cooked that I don't like them.
Yeah, maybe. So to finish up the second recipe, I have my kale. I'm going to go ahead and just add the dressing since we're all going to be eating it now.
Indulging.
Yeah.
Wow, this is so good. I need some of this.
And always add, don't add it all right away because you can always add more, but you can't take it out. I like to add avocado. Avocado is really, it's really great for the rice and beans, but it is key for the salad. It makes it feel like a creamy dressing that's bad for you when you mix it all together. It really does because it coats the leaves really well. It gets with the vinaigrette. Pop the seed out. Be careful
I've
when
heard
you
the
do that.
avocado seeds are really good for you if you break them down.
I've heard that too.
I never know if it was true though.
Yeah, I actually recently saw that. I haven't really dove into that very
Yeah.
much. But yeah, when I'm trying to make meals that I can eat during the week, because we're all very busy restaurant workers, like, I don't know about you, but if I don't prepare, all I eat is what's at the restaurant.
Yep.
Every single time. And when I do prepare, I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. But some weeks are busier than others. But if you have recipes that you don't have to look at, you know that it's good, you know that it's healthy, you don't have to worry about things like that, and you know how to make it, and every time you make it, you enjoy it. I think that is the biggest key to eating healthy and working in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Preparing ahead of time, taking your day off, buying some inexpensive ingredients that you can really make tasty, like the spices and the garlic and everything,
Right.
just make it so much better.
Something quick too, because if I meal prep and it takes too long,
Yeah.
that takes it out of me. That's just
And then what I also like to add for some crunch is I get this mix. It's from the Fresh Market, but it is sunflower seeds, cashews, almonds, craisins, and pumpkin seeds.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, and it's $5 for this. I've had it for a month, and this is how much I've gone through. And I really only do it for this salad. But I just throw some of that in there. Cranberries give it sweetness. Sunflower seeds give it crunch and extra fats. Cashews are really good for you. They have lots of minerals and protein and fiber, just extra. And then I'll just mix it up. And I'll kind of squish the avocado, like I'll be kind of aggressive with it just to get it really all in there. And again, if you let you know what I like to do is when I dress it with the cranberries and everything, the nuts stay the same, but the cranberries kind of plump up.
Ooh.
So they're not like super dry,
Mhm.
and it's really good. And it looks like something that is absolutely. Whenever I bring the salad, everyone's like, "Oh gosh, like you're eating kale," but I promise
You're like,
you,
"Try
it's
this."
so good. And I'm going to see if it needs any extra dressing.
I can smell it over here.
Mhm.
Mm-mm. Very good. I'm not actually add. Make sure the rest of these cranberries are in there because that's the best part. Alright, I'm gonna give y'all some new forks. Try it out.
Together.
Use a new fork.
I just ate an onion raw, which I don't do. No, I'm just saying I did it on purpose to see like how the lemon juice affected it, and actually, it kind of took the texture away that I don't like about onions.
That's good.
Yeah.
You can even do like sweet onions. You could do scallions. You could do shallots. They're a much more mild form of it. I like to use
Alright.
onion because I already I cook it all
Here,
the
but
time.
you gotta get some lettuce with it. Otherwise, it's not the same.
It's good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, so
See,
what?
that's weird.
Sent it, man.
So that's the salad. What I like to do is portion it up in. Well, actually, I'll just do one big to-go Tupperware container. I'll do that right now. And then when I'm ready for the day, depending on how much is in the Tupperware, I'll either just take this with me, or I will divide it up into a smaller thing. Take it with me with an apple.
Oh, that would be good in there too.
Right.
Some apple.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can make both these recipes whatever you want. You can make both these recipes however you want. You can add whatever fruits you want. You can add blueberries. You could add, chicken
Strawberries.
on top. You can add chicken,
Strawberries.
strawberries, apples.
Chicken would be
pecans.
good in that too. Chicken would be good in that.
So yeah, that's both of the recipes that you can make up. I taught you guys about like the kale stems, how to get the most out of your ingredients, how to pack it up. These will last in the fridge for up to like 4 or 5 days.
Wow.
That's
Um,
awesome.
And again, like this was almost an entire head of kale, and that'll probably last 2 or 3 salads.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the rest would be about 3 or 4 salads.
Yeah.
And what I also like to do, and this is kind of just like for me, when I'm buying ingredients, I hate to buy it and only use like half a bunch of kale, and it goes bad every single time.
Yeah.
Or half an onion. I like to buy those ingredients and use it all up, cook it all up, and if I don't use it all, like for example the pepper, I'll slice this up and eat it with hummus, and just keep it in the fridge
Right.
for the rest of the week. That's the best way to get the most bang for your buck, and then you have dressing for the rest of the week as well.
Yeah.
Super inexpensive.
I didn't know how I was gonna feel about the dressing because I'm normally somebody that does like I cheat and get the Olive Garden dressing, or I'll use a bunch of ranch. But I
bunch
like
of
that.
ranch.
Yeah, a bunch of ranch.
Well,
But I like this.
Well,
I like
really,
it.
you can use any dressing that you want. This
Yeah.
is just an example. I just wanted to give something that's like it takes 2 seconds to
Right.
make this.
And you did it
There's
yourself, and
barn.
it's not. It's
With
not expensive.
ingredients that I already have.
Right.
Yeah.
You can make it as minimum or as you can make your own like basil pesto creamy avocado dressing in the food processor. You just do like fresh basil, olive oil, avocado, a little bit of vinegar, blend it up, put that in there, and that's great too. And then you have the avocado already.
Yeah.
Depends on how much time and energy and money you want to spend.
There's some parm in it.
Yeah, do a little bit of like
Be good.
like goat cheese would be good, or
Right.
Parmesan cheese, chicken.
So yummy.
Yeah, did y'all have any questions on it?
I think it'd be good.
Thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for
Yeah.
cooking with me. I hope I taught you a good amount.
I'm ready to eat, girlfriend.
yeah, let's do it. Let's eat.